Hello! This video contains tips for perking up your mental health. I am by no means a mental health professional, and I have not been to a professional and been officially diagnosed with anything. But I'm pretty sure that I have, a little touch of depression in me, a little touch of anxiety issues. So I just want to talk about some of the things that work for me when I feel really bad in here, and so I thought maybe they would help you. I kind of been sitting on this idea for a long time. Literally, when I sat down to write out my thoughts about this for this video, I couldn't remember if I had made this video already. That's how long I've been thinking about making this video. So here are my personal tips and tricks for dealing with a mental slump. Number one. This is what I call the post-it tip. This is gonna sound a little cheesy, a little corny, but it works for me. So, a long time ago, I read this thing somewhere on the internet, probably Tumblr, that, you should put up nice little notes to yourself somewhere so that you see them on a regular basis, and they can remind you that, there's good thoughts to be had about yourself and about the world. And I'd never done it. And then in 2013, the worst year of my life, I remembered that. And so I put some up on my mirror there. And I've just left them there since then. Some of them are things that people have said about me to me. And some are just things that I came across and I liked the sound of, and I found them to be motivating. Number two, look good to feel good. If I am in a crummy mood, it is unbelievable how much better I feel just by putting on some mascara and red lipstick and my favorite outfit. When I think I look good, I feel way more confident, and then tricking myself into feeling confident makes me feel better about everything else. Kind of like fake it till you make it kind of thing, I would say. Tip number three, movie time. Go to your movie collection, go to Netflix, wherever, and pick a movie. Any movie, does not matter. Could be a happy movie, could be a sad movie. All that matters is that it's a movie that will help you feel better when you feel mentally like garbage. And now you're going to set this movie aside. This is now your ultimate bad times movie, and it is only to be watched when you're having ultimate bad times. Probably most people would pick a happy movie for this. Depending on what movie you pick, you can probably view this as kind of a little treat for yourself, but not mine. My ultimate bad times movie is Requiem for a Dream. It's not for everybody. It's kind of an upsetting movie, could be triggering for some people, so just, tread carefully with it. But that's why I like it for this, because I watch it and I go, my life sucks right now, but it's not as bad as their lives. And the movie is just so alarming that by the time I get to the end, I just feel relief. It erases whatever I'm feeling, and so it allows me to feel nothing. I believe the technical term for this would be catharsis. Up next is mentally escaping somehow. What this means is consuming other media that allows you to kind of escape and go on a little bitty adventure. So if you like to read, then you might read. If you like video games, then video games will probably be the answer for you, like it is for me. For instance, 2013, the worst year of my life, I played so much Skyrim during that period. And then the summer of 2013, Animal Crossing New Leaf came out, and that's basically then where I sunk all my time in after that. Because it's a very cheerful game, makes you feel like you have a purpose because you get to mayor the town. That was an escape that I relied on a hell of a lot that summer. The next tip involves food and water. Make sure you are eating, make sure you are staying hydrated. I know that when you don't feel good in the brain, you're not having good mental health times. Maybe you don't have an appetite. Maybe you just can't bring yourself make anything to eat, or it's possible you could just forget to eat because you're not feeling well. But make sure you eat. Even when I'm not having like ultimate bad times, if I just feel myself slipping into like a really bad mood and I'm like, God, why do I suddenly feel like so emotional or so crappy? Usually it's because I haven't eaten anything proper in a while. And then eating something proper makes me proper again. And then for drink, I don't mean alcohol. I mean, get a refillable bottle and keep it full. Ever since I got my Brita bottle, I drink so much more water. And water is good for you. You need water to survive. So yeah, water is good. Get water in your body. Tip number 7. Write it out. One way that like my anxiety and my depression manifests itself is by picking something to feel awful about and then thinking about it on repeat, on loop, for an extended period of time. And for a multitude of reasons, it's not always feasible for me to talk to people about it. But I have found that if I take a few minutes, write down the thoughts that are looping, then the loop kind of chills the fuck out for a while, and I can focus a little more on pulling myself back together so I can function. Because writing them down gets them out of my head. It's like almost the same as telling them to a person, like how you always feel better when you like vent. So you vent to the paper instead of to a person, and then the thoughts out of your head, and then they don't maybe loop quite as much. And the last thing that I have here, and this is, I kind of think of this as like a last resort, and it's napping. And napping is a last resort because if you are napping too much, then you risk not being able to sleep at the times that you are supposed to sleep, which can be detrimental if you have, you know, a day job or if you gotta go to school. But sometimes the only way to make the brain stop focusing on how everything is collapsing around you is to just pass out for a little while. You obviously want to try to set yourself an alarm so you don't sleep all day long. But you know, an hour or two can work wonders. Just not having to feel the feelings for a little bit can do a lot for your personal outlook sometimes. And you may not always feel better when you wake up, but at least you got to take a break from feeling your feels for a little bit. So there you have it. Those are my top ways for like coping with bad mental health times and trying to set yourself on the right track and feel better. If you have things that I didn't say that you think may be helpful to others, definitely feel free to write them in the comments, because I would love to read them and learn new things and methods, and I'm sure other people would find them useful too. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace out. Today you've watched krystaaaalkay. You can subscribe if you want, but if you don't, that's okay. One more thing before you go, click here to watch another video.